Welcome back to the Milwaukee Show, and today we are going to be talking about the matchup of the first round between the New Jersey Devils and the Carolina Hurricanes. So this matchup will be the second of the Metro Division versus the third of the Metropolitan Division, and this is also a rematch from 2 years ago, and I am really excited for this one because it feels like an even matchup of like speed and skill versus like solid depth, teamwork, like physicality. Like it's a good matchup, right? And I feel like that's what all the matchups are this year. Like I've seen multiple comments on Instagram and stuff that everyone's saying like this is like every series looks like it could feed families this year, and I think this is easily one of the ones because it seems evenly matched, right? Just looking at the season series, right? 2-2, which, by the way, though all those games happened from December to prior, so that is a completely different landscape to measure things off of. Not that season series mean anything going into playoffs anyways, but that instance, though, they're even. But on, like, the penalty kill, second in the penalty kill in the NHL is the Devils. First on the penalty kill is the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, one thing that really separates them is the power play. Canes coming into it with a 25, being 25th on the power play in the NHL. Not so good, but the Devils coming in with the third best power play percentage. So, looking like a good little tilt, but however, penalty kill being number one ranked for the Hurricanes, they're probably not really going to rely on their power play, but their penalty kill will come into play, and I feel like that might even things up anyways and keep it a 5-on-5 game, which I know is a little bit of a hurt for the New Jersey Devils, but that's whatever. But the New Jersey Devils, one thing to note is that they have been an interesting year, right? They could easily have taken the second seed this season, right? They could have had it, but Hughes 20 games missing, Hamilton's at 18, Markstrom missed a whole month of hockey and plus more. I know he's been little sprinklings of injuries now and then, and yeah, they easily could have stolen a few more wins throughout the season and gotten that second seed and have home ice advantage. But that is all in the rearview window, right? We are here and now. And I guess I just said that, and that's not true because I'm not done talking about the past. Because the Hurricanes, they have been an inconsistent piece of shit to watch because it doesn't make sense. Like, they go from being finally, for the first time, Hurricanes battling for first place in the NHL, and they, in a landscape where the Avalanche were also at the bottom of the NHL, but now the Hurricanes at the top of the NHL with Martin Necas being the first Cane being leader of points, and that is all completely flipped on its head now. Necas isn't even on the Canes anymore, and the Hurricanes have been going back and forth. They go on stretches of winning 7 games. They lose a bunch of games in a row. They go into this last 10 games being 3-6-1, which the Devils are also 3-7-1 or 3-7. Nothing that special. But then against playoff teams in that span, they are 1-4. 1-4, and that one win was against Washington, where people have started putting benching their players and keeping things safe. So, and also the Capitals had just put all their effort and stuff into OV. So, does that game even account? I don't even know, right? But on paper, the Hurricanes are still a solid as hell team, right? And I'm really conflicted on where this series is going to go because offensively, right? Offensively, it feels like both of these teams are missing that true just finisher. They're missing a Matthew Tkachuk. They're missing for Vegas's case, a Jonathan Marchessault. For Colorado, they're missing a Nathan McKinnon. They are missing that one guy that can push the puck into the fucking net and win them a series, right? That is what is missing from both of these teams. It feels and Jack Hughes was good and it was one playoff run, but I feel last year he wasn't in it, but that one run was it was 2 years ago or whatever it was, and now I'm seeming like an idiot because I'm blanking on stuff. But the Hurricanes, though, we've seen them time and time again every single season. They have the depth and the defense in such a strong unit of a team, led by Rod Brindamore, right? and they play such a tight game. But look at that series against the Florida Panthers, right? Where they just couldn't score more than 1-2 goals against Bobrovsky for 4 games and got swept. The Canes have been searching for a guy to be the answer to putting the puck in the back of the net. And I would have been the biggest advocate of them going for a JT Miller, a guy that's going to do everything to just punch a guy in the face until the puck goes in the back of the net. They're missing a guy like that. Not Mikko Rantanen, not Logan Stankoven, right? And maybe even a Natchez, but I don't know about that. But they have not done the right moves, right? And for the New Jersey Devils' point of view, I will say, is that I feel like Jack Hughes, an amazing playmaker, Jesper Bratt, super fast, 2 guys that can make great plays and help guys put the back of the net. But are they goal scorers? Are they going to be that guy? I don't know. We haven't had enough of a sample size to find out if in that overtime game where that's going to change up the series, they're going to win. And they got Timo Meier for that, and he has not become that player. And being a Sharks fan, I really thought he was going to be. He did not. And for me, these two teams offensively kind of cancel out, in my opinion. I think, of course, like Jack Hughes versus like Sebastian Aho, I'd pick Aho. You go Bratt versus Jarvis, I guess. I'd go Bratt. But then once you start getting down to like second line, third line, fourth line, it is Canes. Defensively, though, it goes the Canes by a mile. I'm surprised where the Devils are 5th in goals against. I'm shocked by that number. To me, when it comes to playoff hockey, when you have Jacob Slavin on the ice, it is a different animal, right? He can shut down that whole line. And as a team defense as well, the Hurricanes can lock up the New Jersey Devils. Goaltending-wise, it goes to New Jersey. Markstrom wins it all day. Kochetkov and Anderson have been average at best at best they can be pretty solid. As Kochetkov can be, but consistently, I don't think they can win outright with their goaltending, right? But it is their team defense between offense and defense playing together. I think they can shut down the Devils, right? And usually in these videos, I kind of go back and forth between the pros and the cons, but I'm being completely honest. For this series, I have absolutely no doubt in my head that this one is going to be, I believe this is going to be the Hurricanes in 6. I think the Hurricanes just have this series. I think they are a better team. I think they're a better playoff team. I think this is the point where the Devils need to make it in the playoffs, and next year as Luke Hughes develops and Casey or Nemec or whoever ends up being, or Dawson Mercer as well, all the younger guys need to take that one more step forward to really solidify them, and then for them to figure out some depth problems as well in defense. I think this is a great point for the Devils to make it in the playoffs and finally this is the spot they deserve to be in. Not like last year where they missed out. I think this is where they need to be, and this offseason they needed some guys to develop, take one more step, bring in some guys to take a step forward as a team, and then they will be a very deadly team. I just don't believe Jack Hughes at this point is going to be able to bleed through a team like Carolina, where they're going to have to fight hard. Carolina is just so physical. They've got so much behind them as a team, and I just feel I just have no doubt. I have no doubt. If there was a percentage on this one about how confident I'd be, I would give this one like a 97. I just am not missing it. So to me, it is the Hurricanes all the way. They're going to end it. And Raleigh Wood will get to have a storm surge and end this series. And maybe it'll even be in 5. I wouldn't even be surprised by that. But the New Jersey Devils, they have a huge future, right? The Canes, this is it. It's like this season, next season, and if things don't pan out well, they're dead. And I don't think they're going to win the Stanley Cup either. I just don't think in this series particularly the Devils can win in this one. But that is all I got to say. So thank you for watching this. You made it this far. Please, I am begging you to subscribe. And until next time, too sweet, have an amazing day, and ta-ta for now.